Hi friends and fellow flute enthusiasts, thanks for tuning in to Jonny's Flute Reviews. I'm Jonny Lipford, and since 2002 I've dedicated myself to everything flute. I teach, perform, and record full-time with the Native American flute. I post videos here on YouTube covering flute tips, tutorials, original songs, and cover songs to showcase how versatile the Native American flute is. If you're new here and interested in becoming a more emotive flute player, or you just love listening to the sounds of the Native American flute, be sure you subscribe and hit that little bell so you're notified every time a new video drops. Now, let's dive into a flute from my personal collection. Welcome back. In this episode, we're going to be looking at a flute made by JP Gomez of Heartsong Flutes. He is based out of Arizona, Sedona, Arizona, as a matter of fact. And he has been making flutes for a very long time, I believe since the 1990s. And so the flute that we have today is tuned to the key of A minor. It's made from black walnut that's been ebonized, so it's got this really dark look to it, but once you get it out into the sunlight, you start to see some of the little bit of reddish brown tones come out in the wood. I really like the carvings specifically. I'm not really one for the look of the flute. I focus mostly on the sound, because when you're listening to a recording or a song and you don't see the flute, what do? You hear it, and that's really the impact that you have with that particular song. So voicing of a flute is really important to me, but again, we get into this whole realm of preference. And so what you prefer may be not what I prefer, and what I prefer may be not what you prefer, and that's okay. That's why we have ketchup and mustard, I guess, for French fries. Anyway, this particular flute has some turquoise inlay, and I was getting at JP Gomez's carvings. This one has a really nice bear, and I like that he's positioned it to where the bear is looking back to you. It also helps, I think, this particular design of the flute. It just looks really cool. So in the key of A minor, I'll share this with you in an acoustic environment, meaning there's no reverb added to this like you hear in songs. I told you there'd be no reverb to this, and there's not. If you heard that little thing, I heard it in my ear. I got a couple singing bowls in the room, and when I hit the note of A, so this top note here, one of them in the room just lights up and loves that frequency for some reason, so it just rings a little bit and wants to play along. So if you heard that, that's what it is. So you can see one down here as well. I like to play the Native American flute with singing bowls and some other instruments. Of course, it's fun to experiment with those. So again, this flute is made by JP Gomez of Heartsong Flutes. He does incredible work. He has several different lines of flutes, starting out in the $100, $200 range, and they go on up. Now, if you look at his website, heartsongflutes.com, you'll find that he has some very elaborate pieces on there. He is a master carver. I'm fascinated by all the detail that go into his flutes. So I'm curious if you have a JP Gomez Heartsong flute in your collection. And if you don't, maybe it's on your wish list. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. So be sure to drop a little note in there and give this video a like and share with one of your flute enthusiast friends. And make sure you subscribe, because I do these flute reviews regularly, as well as original songs, cover songs, and some flute tips and tutorials to help you along your journey. And speaking of along your journey, you'll find some links in the description below to some videos that will help you along your flute journey, some various tips there, as well as a link to some of the products that I use and equipment that I use during live performance. So again, stay tuned, as we have quite a few more flutes to go through in my collection. Thanks so much.